Hello students, I am Lalita S. Humraskar, economics teacher, BYK College of Commerce welcomes you in online lecture series organized by Gokhale Education Society's Central Coordination Committee for class 12. Today I am going to discuss with you chapter number 9, that is money market and capital market in India. In this chapter I am going to discuss with you what is difference between central bank and commercial bank. Let us see the difference between central bank and commercial bank. First point is position of the bank. Central bank is the apex bank in the banking system. What do you understand by apex bank? Apex bank means topmost bank in the banking system. The central bank is the apex bank which control all economic activities in the country, or you can say central bank is the apex bank in the banking system. Okay. What happened to the commercial bank here? Commercial bank is a part of the banking system. Okay. Second point is ownership. Central bank is a government owned bank. What do you understand by government owned bank? So central bank was established in the year 1935 and it was nationalized in the year 1949. So central bank is fully owned by the government. So it is a government bank. So central bank is a government owned bank. What happened to the commercial bank? Commercial banks includes public sector banks, private sector banks, and also foreign owned banks. Okay. What do you understand by public sector banks? Public sector banks are a major type of banks in India where a majority share is held by the government. So the share of these banks are listed on stock exchanges. So at this moment there are total 12 public sector banks. And what do you understand by private sector banks now? So private sector banks are banks where greater parts of shares or equities are held by the private shareholders and not by the government. So at this moment there are 22 private banks. And what do you understand by foreign bank? So foreign banks are defined as the banks from a foreign country working in India through their branches. So RBI has provided rules and guidelines for foreign banks to establish and operate in India. Okay, so some commercial banks include public sector banks, private sector banks, and also foreign owned banks. Next point number 3 is a basic motive. What is the basic motive of the central bank? Central bank aims at economic growth and price stability and has no profit motive. So what is the main objective of the central bank? That is economic growth and economic development of the country, and also regulate money supply in the country and maintain price stability in the country. So central bank has no profit motive. Okay, and what happened to the commercial bank? Commercial bank aim at maximization of profit because commercial banks are profit seeking banks. Okay. Now next point, that is point number 4, dealing with the public. Central bank does not deal directly with the public. You cannot open your account with central bank. Okay, so central bank, because central bank is the apex bank which control whole monetary system in the country. So central bank does not deal directly with the public. Okay, so what is here, what happened to the commercial bank? Commercial bank deal directly with the general public because borrowing and lending, these are the main activities of the commercial banks. Now next point, that is point number 5, competition. Central bank does not compete with commercial bank. Okay, why central bank does not compete with commercial banks? Because central bank is the apex bank which regulate the money supply in the country or which control whole monetary activities in the country. So central bank does not compete with the commercial bank because it is a apex bank. And what happened to the commercial banks? Commercial banks compete among themselves. What do you understand by they compete among themselves here? So public sector banks compete with foreign banks and private sector banks. Private sector banks compete with public sector banks and foreign banks, and foreign banks competes with public sector banks as well as private sector banks. So commercial banks compete among themselves. Okay, now next point, that is point number 6, that is a relationship. Okay, relationship between central bank and commercial bank is unique. Okay, this why there is a unique relationship between central bank and commercial bank? Because the central bank has power to exercise control over other banks. Okay, because central bank is the apex bank which regulate money supply in the country by implementing monetary policy in the country. Okay, so that's why central bank has power to exercise control over other banks. Okay, and what happened here? Commercial bank. So commercial bank cannot exercise control over others except on their subsidiaries. Okay, what do you understand by subsidiaries? Subsidiaries here. Okay, take example of State Bank of India. India's at this moment State Bank of India has 7 subsidiary banks. Okay, subsidiary means associate banks. So what are the names of subsidiary banks of State Bank of India? First one is the State Bank of Bikaner and Jaipur. Second one is the State Bank of Hyderabad. Number 3 is the State Bank of Mysore. Next one is the State Bank of Patiala. Next one is the State Bank of Indore. Next one State Bank of Saurashtra, and finally State Bank of Travancore. So these are the subsidiary banks of the State Bank of India. Or in other words, you can say like this. So these are the associate banks of the State Bank of India. Okay, so commercial bank cannot exercise control over others, but there is one exception: they can control their subsidiaries. Next point is government transactions. Okay, central bank usually act as an advisor to the government and also conducts government transactions. Okay, central bank usually act as an advisor to the government. Okay, so being a banker to the government, central bank act as an advisor to the government. What do you understand by the advisor to the government? So here central bank gives useful advice to the government on important economic issues and also useful in making policies of the government. Okay, and also conducts government transaction. What happened to the commercial bank? Public sector banks partially undertake government transaction. However, other commercial banks are precluded from such functions. Precluded means prevent from happening or make impossible. Okay, so public sector banks partially undertake government transactions only. Now next point is point number 8, power of note issue. Okay, the central bank has sole authority to issue currency notes. So in India, RBI has sole right to issue currency notes of all denominations, but except 1 rupee note and coins. So who issue 1 rupee note and coins? So 1 rupee note and coins of all denominations are issued by the Ministry of Finance of the Government of India, but their distribution is undertaken by the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, and what happened to the commercial banks? Commercial banks cannot issue currency notes. Okay. Now next point, point number 9 is dealing with foreign exchange. Okay. So central bank has the responsibility to maintain stability of the foreign exchange rate. What do you understand by foreign exchange? Foreign exchange is the conversion of one country's currency into another. That is known as a foreign exchange. The central bank has the responsibility to maintain the stability of the foreign exchange rate because it is the apex bank of the country. And what happened to the commercial banks here? They do not have any such responsibility. Next point, that is a point number 10, role of banking. The central bank functions as a banker to the government. Okay, and what happened to the commercial bank? They are functioning as a banker to the general public. Let us see, central bank functions as a banker to the government. So being a banker to the government, central bank perform here 3 types of functions: banker to the government, number 2 advisor to the government, and number 3 agent of the government. Okay, what do you understand by banker to the government? So central bank here is the custodian of government funds. The central bank receives and makes all payments on behalf of the government, transfer government funds from one place to another and from one account to another, and also provide foreign exchange to the government. Okay, so this is a banker to the government. Now second one is central bank act as an advisor to the government. Okay, being a banker to the government, central bank act as an advisor to the government. So here central bank gives useful advice to the government on important economic issues and also useful in making policies of the government. And number 3 is being a banker to the government, central bank act as an agent of the government. So a central bank manages public debt of the government, raising loans by selling securities and bonds, payment of interest and repayment of loans on maturity are all undertaken by the central bank on behalf of the government. Okay, that is the agent of the government. So being a banker to the government, central bank performs three functions: banker to the government, advisor to the government, and agent of the government. Okay. And what happened to the commercial banks? Commercial banks are functioning as a banker to the general public. So what is the main activity of the commercial bank? Accepting deposits and giving loan. Okay. Now next point is point number 11, basic functions. What is the basic functions of central bank? Central bank act as the banker's bank and lender of last resort to the commercial bank. Okay. Central bank, that is a RBI, that is a Reserve Bank of India in the country. Okay. So central bank act as a banker's banks. Okay. So being a banker's bank, central bank performs or it acts as a custodian of cash reserve of commercial banks in the country. So every commercial bank keeps certain percentage of its cash with the central bank of the country. Okay, and central bank also advises commercial bank if their activities are harmful to commercial banking and provides accommodation by lending funds in case of difficulties. So here central bank act as a banker's bank. Okay. And central bank also act as a lender of last resort to the commercial bank. What do you understand by lender of last resort here? The central bank is the ultimate source of financial assistance to commercial bank in financial difficulties. Okay, so central bank helps commercial bank in their financial crisis, okay, to sort out the problems. Okay. Now what happened to the commercial bank here? Central commercial bank do not have such roles and status. So that is a basic function. Now next function, that is a point number 12, clearing house. Okay, so central bank act as a national clearing house for interbank settlement. Let us see how central bank act as a clearing house. Okay, so central bank act as a clearing house for settlement of banking transactions. Okay, so this function of clearing house enables other banks to settle their interbank claims easily. So here central bank act as a clearing house. What happened to the commercial bank here? Commercial bank do not function as a clearing house. In India, SBI conducts clearing operations. Okay, why SBI? SBI means State Bank of India. Why SBI conduct clearing operations? Because State Bank of India is the agent of the central bank. Okay, so being an agent to the central bank in India, SBI conducts clearing operations. Okay, now next point is point number 13, that is a responsibility. Central bank is responsible to hold the price line and inflation rate. Okay, so central bank is a apex bank in the country. Okay, so what is the main objective of the central bank? To regulate the money supply in the country. Okay, and what are the objectives of the central bank? To control inflation in the economy. Okay, so central bank is responsible to hold the price line and inflation rate. Okay, and what happened to the commercial bank? Commercial bank do not have such a responsibility. Now next point is a supervisory role. Okay, central bank has supervisory regulatory powers over the entire financial system. So being as apex bank, central bank regulate money supply and also controls all monetary activities in the financial system. Okay, so what happened to the commercial bank here? They can supervise and regulate only their own branches and not whole financial system. So students, what I discussed with you today, what is the difference between central bank and commercial bank? And finally, thank you for listening my video lecture.